Good morning. I'm coming to you today from a park in Oxford, Michigan. You see a lake in the background there. I want to talk this morning about a conversation that I had with a coworker who told me that he doesn't understand why I would help homeless people. And he actually said that he had a biblical reference as to why we shouldn't help homeless people. This coworker of mine was very well read as far as the Bible is concerned, much more so than I am, and he did a lot of research. One of the key things that I believe he missed is that he was taking something out of context. 2 Thessalonians is the second letter to the Thessalonians. And like much of the New Testament, it is a letter to a particular group of people for the purpose of addressing their iniquities. And the context of this is that the Thessalonians mistakenly believed that the second coming had already occurred. And more importantly, that they were actively involved in banishing other Christians who did not believe exactly as they did. In addressing their infighting, Paul sought to remind them what he had taught them in person. He states, "For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat." This statement appears to contradict what Jesus said in Luke 12:24, when he tells people to not worry about food or clothing. It will be provided, even to an idle person. He said, "Consider the ravens. They do not sow or reap. They have no storeroom or barn, yet God feeds them. And how much more valuable you are than the birds." But these two passages are not contradictory to one another. In context, they both make perfect sense. Jesus was saying, "Do not worry and have faith," referring to faith and secondarily to labor and possessions. Stalin actually used 2 Thessalonians 3:10 to highlight the importance of labor under the communist system. So he obviously took it out of context as well. It is my belief that such a gross misinterpretation of Scripture is the work of an active, obvious, and deceptive devil. What do you think? Do you think that a person who is not able to work or chooses not to work should also not eat? What do you think about that? Our ministry tries to give without making that judgment upon people, which is probably the reason why we often approach someone and ask them if they're hungry, even when they're not, or even if they're in a little bit nicer clothes. We still ask them anyways. This is Pastor B. Have a blessed day. I'm out.